Hello, everyone, and welcome to month 11 of my Korean learning journey. I've got kind of a new audio setup. My mix has changed, so the audio might be a little bit different compared to my last videos. But if it's too quiet or too loud or sounds a bit funky, let me know in the comments and I can tinker with it for a bit. But let's jump in. We're almost at month 12. It's almost been a year since I started making these videos, so that's kind of crazy, but it's sort of technically been a year since I started learning Korean. So that's quite cool, but we won't celebrate that early because it doesn't count, right? We gotta wait. We gotta wait till month 12 of the video to say I've been learning for 1 year. Because technically for the month of April, back when I first started, I kind of didn't do. I think I only had like 20 hours for that month or something, and it was only like reading book, like Talk to Me in Korean textbooks. But anyway, let's go straight into the stats. Let's have a look at the Kimchi Reader first. So we're at 4,146 new words, which I'm very surprised I hit 4,000 by the end of this month. I'm very surprised. That's a big number. When I first started like using Kimchi Reader, I never thought I'd get to 4,000 words. Like, I thought 4,000 words was a lot of words, but now that I'm like here and I look about it and I think about it, I'm like, wow, 4,000 words. That's not very many, but it actually is. It is a big number, so I'm quite proud of that achievement. And I don't know if I'll hit 5,000 by the time next month comes around, but at the end of next month. But we'll see. It could happen. I'm kind of doubtful though. The number of new cards I'm doing now is a little bit different since I finished all my pre-made decks, and I'm only working on the Kimchi Reader mining deck now. So I don't. Like, I do 25 per day of my Kimchi Reader deck at the moment. And I think if I tried to do more than that, I would actually struggle to keep up with mining. I don't make that many flashcards per day right now. Like I aim for 25 and I have some like backlog, but that could be tricky. Anyway, a 520 scene, just to like clarify what and define what scene means to me. Scene are words I'm currently learning and have also mined. I would really like to. I might try it next month and actually make word scene, as in every time I see a word, mark it as scene. But for books and stuff, maybe I'd like read the whole book, then go back, mark words as scene quickly on my computer, make flashcards. That could be a good idea. For videos, it's pretty quick to make things seen. As long as you're on the computer, it's easy to make things change their status. But if I'm on my e-reader, then it's a bit tricky. So that's something I'm contemplating trying for next month, just to change up, what scene is. Because then if I come across a word that's marked as scene and it's in a one-piece sentence, as in it's in a sentence where there's only one unknown word, then I'm like, oh, I've seen that word before. I probably should mine it. Then instead of like there's an unknown word, I'm like, I've never seen that before. Is it really worth mining it? Which is like my current sort of process, which I mean, I guess I can't tell how often I've seen that word other than my vague recognition of, have I seen this before? But it's not very good right now. So yeah, that's that. I'll scroll through, but don't take this activity stuff seriously, because I do not spend 5 hours in the scratch pad. Sometimes I just leave it open AFK, so it's not right. But you can see some cool stats. Like I guess my mean and medium is 77%, which I guess is pretty good, I reckon. Like that's pretty good. Let's look at my stats for the month. This is for the month. I hit 91 hours this month, which is pretty good. You can see like I actually, like for the first 2 or 3 weeks, I had a lot of days where I didn't do very much at all, like an hour 40, 58 minutes, 41 minutes, 27 minutes, 37 minutes. Like, there was a lot of days here where I didn't do much, but I really locked in for this last week, and I had some big days. This was a 5-hour 53 day. But I've done a lot of, you can see like I've done a lot of listening this month and a decent portion of YouTube. I've just been doing a lot of things that have allowed me to listen a lot and not so much time to like sit down this month and like immerse. But I've still made time, probably like 1 hour a day of either like, not even, that wouldn't even be an hour of a day, but on days where I can, I usually sat down for like an hour, 30 minutes in mind and watched like YouTube. But this month has sort of been busy in the sense that I've had a lot of time where I've been doing other stuff where I can listen to then some like condensed audio, but not so much time to like sit down. Anyway, so that's cool. That's stats, and this is for the year or for the last 12 months. We're at 870 total hours, almost on 900, getting towards 1,000, which is cool and exciting. I would love to hit 1,000 hours by the end of next month, but I've done the math. I think that's like 4.5 hours per day, and I don't know if that's possible right now. Like, it is possible. It's possible. But I don't have, like, I can't sit there for 4.5 hours every day. And some days I might only get like an hour or 2 hours in. And then on the other days, I'm going to have to do like 6 or 7 hours. So I don't think it's feasible, but it would be a really cool goal. But look, it doesn't matter. It's just a number. Who cares, really? Let's break that down so you can see where all that comes from. Yeah, so I guess I'll show my Anki stats too. You can see them here, averaging about, I don't know, is this right? I guess 67 reviews, I guess, of like old cards. Cool. Let's see. Let's go to this now. So on the 13th, I finished Retro's intermediate vocabulary deck, which means I've got no more pre-made decks. Woohoo! On the 14th, I finished my first book, Did Bakke Kejo. I must say, for this book, I reckon for like the first 80%, my comprehension wasn't really high enough to understand what was going on. So it kind of made the end not make sense by the time I actually had high enough comprehension to follow the story. So I'm probably going to have to go back and reread that one day. I'm on the 20th, 3,500 known words in Kimchi Reader. And then I finished reading my second book, which is Kumong Nori Chungu. That one was like a children's book. It was really quick. I just smashed it out in like a few days, I think. But that was a cute story, very easy to follow. Definitely recommend. Definitely a better starting point than trying to read this on whatever comprehension I had at the time. And then I started reading my third book, Segeru Konno Noege Kage, which already feels so much easier than when I first started reading my first book. Actually able to understand what's going on and follow the plot, which is great, and it makes reading it more enjoyable and more fun. But getting used to like who's writing which letter was a little confusing at first, though. Like the story's about two people writing to each other, but I don't want to spoil the whole book, so I'm just going to say that that's what it's about, really. So that's why it's a little bit confusing to get used to at the start. And I've started noticing that if I look at like in Kimchi Reader, if I look up a word, the definition, I can sometimes know every word of like in the definition. Like for this word here, like 종이 따위에 글씨를 쓰거나 그림을 그리고 남은 빈 자리. And I'm like, oh, I know every word. I know what this word means. Like things such as paper, you write characters, you draw the remaining empty space. And it's like, oh, it's a margin. Göbek is margin. And so I'm like, oh, maybe I can use Korean definition somewhere. So I would like to try and transition some mind words into like Korean definitions if like I understand the definition. But if I don't understand the definition, then it's probably just worth lining it in like the English definition, unless English like definition, because sometimes for certain words in certain contexts, the meaning in that context in English isn't on the definition, so you have to pick the Korean definition, but you have to read it. But I've added like some, I plan to add like an hide English definition button on Anki. So I mentioned in this like entry that I will try and transition to Korean definitions, but I kind of already did, which is what I wrote on the 29th. So I added Korean definitions to all my flashcards with a button to unhide and hide the English ones. So when I get stuck, I'm like, oh, I don't understand this definition. I can read the English one. I also swapped over my like TTS AI from Google Cloud Plus 11 Labs to InWorld. InWorld is a lot cheaper and isn't a subscription and sounds better than 11 Labs. And the Hyunwoo voice is really good, actually. But There's only 4 of them you can choose from, but this one like really stood out to me compared to all of the 11 Labs voices. It was just so much better. So then I also added like TTS audio for the Korean definitions. It sometimes does hallucinate characters, but not as often as 11 Labs. Like originally I used 11 Labs for like word audio, and then it kept hallucinating like characters, and I was like, this sucks. And then I swapped to Google's Cloud, which never hallucinates characters, or it's maybe done like twice, and it's always really consistent, but it sounds a bit robotic. Whereas InWorld is like the best of both worlds. If there's a rare case where it like hallucinates a character, a sound in a word, then I just replace it with the Google Cloud TTS. But I'm also using that the InWorld one for this for like cards I've mined while reading that don't have audio, as well as the word audio and the Korean definition audio. So I also like tied up my note types to make them consistent, so I can like show what my flashcards look like. I might mute my system audio, so hopefully like doesn't play too loud on your end. Like just in case, let's find this one, I guess. Like if I press preview.
또렷하다.
친구들이 벌써 약간
또렷하다.
Its audio is not playing.
또렷하다.
I don't know. Anyway, you can't hear it. I can't hear it. Maybe because I've bricked something. I haven't. It's bricked. That's okay. But you get like the word on the front. Word audio, sentence audio. And then on the back. Oh, actually, no, it is playing. I just have my headphones are turned off, aren't they? I think they're actually turned off. I'm just wearing them for no reason. Oh, they were turned off. It is working. Oh, this is one of the ones where InWorld didn't like it, so I had to use Google AI TTS. XD. Let's use this one. So that's both like the InWorld AI TTS, and then on the back you have like. Oh, I still have it muted. Whoa, what a bad YouTuber, quote unquote.
둘러보다. 태우와 수아는 주변을 둘러봤어요.
You can hear it now. That's the InWorld TTS AI audio.
여기저기를 보며 살펴보다.
And then you get the definition and all that sort of stuff. And then I can show the English one if I want to. Or like show the one I've mined if there's no. This will show up if there's Korean in it, but it shows up like that if there's English. Press button. Cool word explanations, cool sentence breakdown, and all my note types now look like this in this format. So really cool. Like if I go to like retro beginner one or something, and I pick a random one like this one.
가구.
침대나 옷장 같은 가구들은 제가 결혼할 때 사왔어요.
집이나 사무실 등에서 사용하는 의자, 탁자, 침대 등의 물건.
So I can check the English one too if I don't understand, but that one I understood. So yeah, it's a good setup. I'm gonna mute my system audio now, so if I get random notifications or things, you don't hear it. But that's that. So that's my Anki setup right now. It's pretty cool. I'm happy with it. Yeah. But that's all of like what I wrote at the time. But let's go into some reflection, I guess. So in May, I will be going to Korea for 4 weeks. Woohoo! Super excited. I haven't left the country in a long time, since I was, I don't know, how old was I? 10, 11, 12, somewhere around there. And I've only ever been to one country in my life, and that was Fiji. So I'm excited to go to another country. I haven't done it in a long time. So it'll be just a great experience all around. And I'm like really excited to try and take it as a great opportunity to practice speaking and conversation. 4 weeks is a long time, so there's a lot of time to practice the end. I would love to avoid English and translating at all costs. And I don't know, some people might know it or who are watching this, but Ludwig and Michael on YouTube are doing like a tip-to-tip China series. I've only watched the first episode, and I'd like to watch all of it eventually. I never watched the one they did in Japan, but they're basically just using and learning the language as best as they can on their trip. And when they fail or can't communicate properly, they don't take it personally. They just laugh and try again. And I think that's like such a good attitude that And I would love to adopt that sort of mindset where like, oh, I tried, let's go again, right? And they have a laugh about it and they think it's fun. So like, and they don't take it personally, right? And I think that's like, and it's so fun watching them because there's like situations where they don't understand anything, and then there's situations where they understand things perfectly, and it's just so fascinating. And like, I'm like, oh, I have those moments too. It's like, it's just so interesting watching it from like a different perspective. So yeah, if it's possible to adopt that kind of mindset, then like, well, I feel like you could just be so successful with learning how to output, but it's hard, right? Not everyone's like that. I'm definitely not like that. I sometimes take things to heart. I don't like making mistakes, but you have to kind of just do it like that, right? So if I could like, pretend I'm in that sort of environment, then, I think it'd be pretty beneficial. But I'm pretty happy with where I'm at right now. I feel like I've reached the point now where I know enough Korean such that I can enjoy pretty much anything I consume to like some extent, as long as I like the topic and like the video and the content. Of course, if I try to watch something in Korean I have no interest in, I'm not going to enjoy it. But if it's something I'm interested in, then if it's in Korean, I'll enjoy it just as if it was in English. So that's like I've hit the good point, I guess, until it gets like impossible, until you're at that stage forever. I only had one tutoring session this month. I sort of mentioned it earlier, but my schedule has been pretty sporadic and random, and will continue to be likely until I go to Korea. So I can't see myself doing any more tutoring sessions this month just because my schedule is just all over the place right now. So I'm going to have to try and find other ways to practice outputting to prepare for Korea. Like, I know I didn't do any journaling this month in Korean, so maybe I might have to do journaling. Who knows, really? I'll have to figure it out. Maybe make more like videos of me talking to myself. I'll have to do something because, yeah, I need to prepare as best as I can. But it's not that far away, really. What can I do? I've been doing this for almost a year now, so I'd say I'm as prepared as I can be, right? But yeah, I've already mentioned my stats and what I immersed in. I'm going to put this in the description. It's nothing too much has changed. I've just added a few more gaming channels I've been watching. The Procopia game came out, so I was watching a few channels that made videos playing through that, but haven't really watched too much of it because most of my immersion this month has been a lot of just audio only stuff. But hopefully I can watch more video content soon. But for the next month too, it might be a little bit tricky, but we'll see how we go. I will do my best. I'll put these in the description if you're interested in any of them. And yeah, we're at the 18-minute mark. Oh, good, not too long, but still pretty long. I'm surprised. I felt like I didn't have that much to talk about this time, but anyway, I will see you at the end of April for month 12/1 year. Will I be at 1,000 hours? Probably not, but who knows? Maybe I'll surprise myself. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.